Doesn't make it easier to have no class of shame. Does it make it easier to hear a child scream and cry? Does it make it easier to victimize and abuse a helpless child or teen? Does it make it easier to use a child or a teen as your adult sex toy? 'Cause you got no class and you ain't got no shame. Does it make it easier to plug your ears so you don't hear the screams and cries of a child or teen being done wronged by? Does it make it easier to just simply look away and do nothing at all? Or do you form a conga line and wait for your turn so you can get a piece of that fresh meat ass? Does it make it easier to victimize and abuse a helpless child or teen? Now what kind of man or woman are you if you've seen a conga line, everyone lining up to get a piece of some fresh ass? Would you participate, or would you try and do something about it? I don't know about you, but I'd be finding me a big stick and taking some people out. Does it make it easier to victimize and abuse a helpless child or teen? Does it make it easier to rape them and abuse them, use them as your adult sex toy? Does it make it easier to plug your ears so you can't hear them cry and scream as they're being done wrong by? Doesn't it make it easier in more sense if more people stood up and did the right thing and made new hero lives come to life? Wouldn't it make it easier for a helpless child or teen being victimized and abused if everybody stood side by side saying, hey, no, you shouldn't be doing that, and no, you shouldn't be touching that? Needs more work. But seriously, people, everybody seems that they're either loving me or hating me because somebody's trying to do something good, and when somebody's trying to do something good, all those that just sit there and do nothing, they all gang up and try and rip away rather than lend a helping hand to help make things better. It's just like somebody has a wipeout and somebody puts a band-aid on to fix that person that just had a nasty fall, and then all these clowns see the band-aid, they just come and rip it away because they'd much rather see somebody suffer and laugh at their pain and misery rather than show a little love, show a little class, and show a little heart, and stand up like brothers and sisters and try and do some good. Doesn't make it easier, folks. That's the moral and the question of the songs that I'm working on. Does it make it easier just to plug your ears and turn away when a child or teen's being done wrong by? 150,000 years and so many years before. Come on. Can't we all be civilized people, and can't we all be brothers and sisters? And like I said, come on, can't we all work together to make new hero laws come to life and stand up for teens and children's rights? Are we that cold-hearted and that blind and that miserable that we just much rather sit there and allow a teen or child be raped and victimized and sexually abused by adults and older teens? Come on, people. We gotta do a lot more and do a lot better than what 150,000 years and many years before have done. Not a thing. So let's act like brothers and sisters now and try and do the right thing. I ain't looking away. If you want to put me 10 feet in the ground for trying to do the right thing, well, so be it. But Tom Scholes, John Terry, and all the slime balls, they're responsible for destroying my life. And while I'm thinking about it, this goes way back when I was kidnapped from Toronto, Canada, taken all the way to Vancouver, BC, by a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses. And then after a year later, when I was found in Vancouver, BC, and brought back to Toronto, my life's been pretty much torn apart after that. A lot of stuff. I wasn't aware of being victimized and abused at the same time, but there were some scenarios I do remember. Yep. So, chances are, Tom Scholes and all these people came after I was kidnapped and brought back to Toronto, Canada. And before I click out, back in 91, 92, I found my real mother. I went out to Edmonton, Alberta, and chances are Tom Scholes stuck his nose and got his crew and all that into that business of me trying to get to know my real mother and all that. There were slime balls and creeps and all that. They were into her and paying her and all that sort of stuff, but I remember I was dancing with a lady on the dance floor and came back to sit with my mother and some big guy for no reason. When I took a sip of my beer, he smacked my beer bottle and chipped my tooth. And I didn't know that guy from Adam, and chances are I was one of Tom Scholes' idiots. And I also remember the same guy that hit my beer bottle and chipped my tooth. I remember we played pool and there was a bunch of hustlers and they wanted to play for money. I said no, just for fun, and they agreed to it, but they tried to bully me into paying them. But I remember playing pool and all the shots that they were doing, I was hooking them and all that sort of stuff. And the guy was coming around my general direction when we were playing pool, and I could sense it, and he was going to my manhood, so I used a pool cue to block my manhood, and somehow I seen that coming, so I don't know, but either way, Tom Scholes stuck his nose in me trying to get to know my real mother. How low life of scumbag can you be? Really? A low life scumbag. Tom Scholes, John Terry, and all those that work for him. And the 8 million plus, I don't know, 3 million law officials or whoever, they all help Tom Scholes. What's that say for the rest of you? 8 million and 3 million law officials? If you can help somebody like Tom Scholes and just sit there and do nada, what's that say about the rest of you? Makes my skin crawl. Just being stuck in Toronto and having to look at all the use, victimizing, abusing, and helping out somebody like Tom Scholes. No offense, but if you were in my shoes, I'm pretty sure you'd all be pretty disgusted too.